Today I'm chatting to Henry Smith, the partner of Cecil Wright here in Monaco, and we are on board 122-metre Kismet at the Monaco Yacht Show. Thanks for having us.
My pleasure.
Now tell me what Kismet brings to the charter market.
Kismet is an evolution of a previous Kismet, which is a 95-metre. And the idea behind that boat and the previous, the prior Kismet to her, was in effect to have the highest luxury experience you could have within the charter market. And as the yacht market's grown and developed, obviously styles, tastes, toys, requirements on board have all changed. And the owner has really pushed the envelope on this and is now basically maximised every single element you could have within a yacht.
What are some of the best features on board and the best areas? Because there's a lot of areas.
It really depends what you're into. It has pretty much every amenity you could want on a yacht. So if you look at our spa facility, for example, and we have a cryotherapy chamber that's minus 82 Celsius, we have a chill plunge pool, sauna, steam room, reflexology, chromotherapy, it's just a full raft of health and wellness. 3 beauty salons, and we have a dedicated nightclub, which is just behind you. We have the most incredible array of spaces to watch movies, and we have a Nemo lounge with a cinema within it. And the toys, the tenders, browse. It has pretty much everything you could possibly think of on a yacht.
Do you have any favourite areas?
I do have a couple. I'm a big fan of the cinema. It looks unbelievably impressive, and having this sort of dual use of it to have as an observation lounge as well. When you're there in gin clear water in Sardinia or in Bahamas or BVI or something like that, and you can isolate the lighting around the windows, so at night you can attract all the fish to come watch you. And because you're in a cinema, the acoustics are phenomenal, so you can put on some really zen music and watch the fish go by.
Wow.
It's very, very cool. And then for those who are a bit more sporty, we have a pickleball court on the bow, we have a half basketball court, all with a big netting that goes around it. There's plenty to choose from.
And there aren't that many charter yachts on the market over 100 metres. What does it take to make it successful?
Well, it's funny because there are, you're right, there aren't many. And those that aren't quite like Kismet. And by that, and we have a couple of examples of them here, where they're what's called PYC coded or passenger yacht coded. And the experience on board is very different to what you'd receive on here. And that's in main due to the head count of staff versus head count of guests. So on Kismet, we have more stewardesses and interior crew than we have guests. Whereas you look at something like Renaissance, they have 36 guests, but they only have 11 interior crew. Now, 11 interior crew sounds like a lot, and it is, but relatively it's less. So if you want to maximize your charter experience, the way to do it is by service. It's service, and it's crew that make a boat. The Kismet program historically has been run immensely well, that it's known as a charter program. So it attracts very, very, very good crew. And that's basically what makes a charterer's crew. Yes, it's fantastic to be on a 120-metre yacht, but if you've got a duff crew, you're not going to enjoy it.
Exactly.
Same with the chefs, obviously, as well.
And how difficult is it to get clientele to charter the yacht? Because, I mean, it is $3 million a week.
You'd be surprised. It's funny. People say, it's $3 million a week, but then you've got the provisioning allowance and the tax if you're in the Med. So you could be looking at the thick side of €4 to €4.5 million for a week's holiday. You think, how can you justify that? It's like, well, there are people out there who have an incredibly large amount of money who are very happy to do that. And if you want to have the best experience in yachting, you will pay for it. That's kind of it. People argue with anything. How could you spend €20,000 on a bottle of wine? If you want to have the best wine from that vintage, from that vineyard, you're going to pay it. And it is about the experience. And it's just that nth degree of experience which this has over any other yacht in its size category.
What is your strategy to attract those kind of clients and get in front of them?
Well, it's appropriate.
Is that a secret?
It is a bit of a secret to it, but no. But it's all a lot of it's relationship based. So, we have a very large book of direct clients who we deal with, and then equally it's our relationship with the brokerage community. So we have a lot of brokers who know and trust us, and are very happy to bring their clients to us in safe in the knowledge that we're not going to go after them or do something bad, underhanded down the line. So the yachting is a relationship based game, and that's not just in charter; it's in sales as well. And that's not just with your clients, it's with the whole brokerage community. And we feel that one of our big strengths is having that relationship with everyone.
so far, the type of clientele that have been interested, like genuinely interested in chartering the yacht, what have they been like?
It's a very mixed bag. We've had 4 different continents charter this boat already.
Really?
Yeah, and we had, and it's not just, this is one of the other funny things about this boat is you'd think, okay, I've only got 12 guests on this massive boat. I'm going to bring 12 guests. We had one charterer who was him, his wife, and their child. And that was it. Yeah. And they just wanted to have the experience which Kismet offers. And it was to have the best experience you can have on a yacht. And you think that's the most crazy waste of money, but you know, it's not your money to waste. It's not really for you to comment. So they can do what they like. And then equally, we've had 3 generational families. We've had groups of friends. And it's just been very, very sweet and civilized. I mean, the boat, I would argue, has not been pushed too hard yet by our charter clients. And we were asked to do 8 weeks of charter this summer. We did 8 weeks of charter. No disasters. No one's done anything mad or crazy. So it's been very, very civilized. And the crew, they've worked together on the previous Kismet, a lot of them. So it's been very cohesive. So there's been very limited in teething issues or anything like that. So it's been very smooth sailing so far.
And 8 weeks of charter this year. What are you hoping for next year?
That's down to the owner. So we're given a set target, and then once we've done it, he has his own use, his own plans. So he's a big user of the yacht himself, which is great to see. We're instructed to put on X amount of charter, we fill it, and then he uses it himself the rest of the time. So I would assume next season will be the same. We've not been given our target yet, and we've got the Caribbean season coming up, of course, next. So we have a number of inquiries for that, and then it's down to us to sort of appropriately fill the diary. And make it as efficient as possible, allowing good hours of rest for the crew, but also maximising the return for the owner.
If you could charter Kismet anywhere in the world, where would you go and what would you do?
I would. It's a good question. I would go back to Panama. I was in Panama a few years ago on a charter there. I'm a big scuba diver. And the diving there is just incredible. There's an island called Coiba on the Pacific coast, which it's in a 250,000 square kilometre exclusion zone for fishing. And you can hear whales singing and stuff. I've never seen anything like it.
Is this the best charter yacht you've seen?
Yeah, by miles. No bias, obviously. No, I have. I've seen thousands of yachts. I've been doing this for 13 years. I've been on well over 1,000 yachts in my life. And I've seen yachts like this, but they're private. It's very rare you'll see a yacht that's done to this level of design and finish and perfection, really, that's actually available to charter.
Anything else that you think the audience would need to know about Kismet and chartering and having an incredible experience?
Yeah, she's going to be in the Caribbean this winter. She'll be back here in the Med in the summer. Please feel free to get in touch if you'd like some more information. We'd be delighted to help any of your clients.
So if you have any a spare 3-4 million, come and charter Kismet. Thank you so much for having us.
My pleasure.
Thank you.